Guys, do you find it hard to love yourself? Well, that's one of the biggest battles I've had to face. And although I'm not 100% where I want to be, I know I've improved a considerable amount. So I want to help anyone out there struggling with loving themselves with all the things that I learned. And hi, if you're new here, I'm Cahir. I'm here to take you one step closer to self love. So I think we got to ask ourselves, like, why is it so hard to love ourselves? And when I was writing down on this topic, I think about momentum, like this train of self-loathing. It started somewhere, probably most of us in childhood, with bullying, with guilt and shame, and it's this practice neural pathway where it feels normal. Our body produces the same amount of chemicals, and it feels good in a way, in a weird way, to self-love and berate. It feels normal. I also think in some macro way, like in the grand scale, well, how do you control people if they're afraid, or through guilt or through shame? I feel there's something going on there as well that may. Because imagine if you had this, like, and we have access to this infinite stream of love, but you're dying of thirst. And I think what's helped me a lot was to question the negative beliefs, and I have to remind myself, because it is work, guys. Because a lot of us, we just take these negative beliefs and be like, oh yeah, it's 100% true. I know, I've had this experience. Can't you see it's true? I'm a bitch, or whatever negative thing. But like, really sit down and, or you could take a notebook, or for me, honestly, like I said, AI. Whoa. I know people like, don't talk to ChatGPT, but I feel whatever helps you. I mean, in the Course in Miracles, they a long time ago they had this app called Spiri. I don't know if it still exists, and I don't know, did it use some aspects of artificial intelligence? But anyway, it was good just to talk to someone and talk about, like, the negative beliefs, or like the something rather. And then it offered a prayer to heal. It was nice, and I feel just taking that time to do it is very healing. So we gotta ask ourselves, do these negative stories that we keep telling ourselves, does it serve us in any way? We only hold on to things that we believe serve us. For me, like I've said many times, I feel like I held on to this negativity for so long because I believed, oh, it's gonna motivate me. It's gonna motivate me, right? And if you, like, question and see how insane it is, like, oh yeah, this story that I'm like, oh, uh, I'm I'm a this broke ass bitch. Oh, or whatever, like, nasty thing. I'll tell myself, it's like, is that motivating? Is that gonna help you go take the actions you need to do? Or if it's like, if your body, like, oh, I'm a fat ass bitch, like, no, no, it's the opposite. It keeps you in place. Again, it feels normal because we've practiced it for so long, and there's always that temptation to go there. But I think that's where it takes our will to say, no, I'm not gonna think that way anymore, and I'm gonna take different actions. Because if you think it has, like, even one positive, but think about it in the game. If you got this resource that gave you one positive thing, but then it gave you three negative, drawbacks, would it be worth it? I would say no, most of the time, unless that one positive thing, like, wins the game. But you know what I mean. But I think I've learned now is, like, those beliefs don't like to be in the vacuum, right? Because what I used to do is like, oh yeah, I'm gonna delete that belief, but then what I'm gonna replace it with? And what I found, it's actually easier to go to the neutral way. So, as you guys know, if you watch the channel, like, I'm Polish American, so Polish is my second language, and I had very negative beliefs from childhood about my Polish. And instead of being like, yeah, my Polish is like super good, and like, I, what I got to is like, okay, my Polish is okay. It's okay. And now I got to the point where, okay, it's good enough. Because it rings true. There's like a swing from one belief to another extreme. Like, oh, it's like my Polish is fucking awful, to like, oh, it's I'm super amazing. That's too much for the mind to comprehend. So I think it's okay to just go to neutral and then build your way up. Like, it's like, oh, I'm a piece of shit. You'd be like, no, I'm okay. I'm a decent human being. See how much easier that is to accept and be like, yeah, I'm 100% awesome. You know, I'm a champion, which you are a champion, and I understand. It takes it, but I said like it takes time, and if it's easier to go to neutral than to like go to super happy-go-lucky belief, then go ahead. It's way better than that super negative belief. And I found on my healing journey, the hardest person to forgive was myself. And I know if you're anything like me, that can be a challenge. But I think my mind would be like, oh, if I forgive and then I won't change anything. I'll just continue the behavior. Like thinking in that extreme, like, oh, like, oh, I fucked up. Well, it doesn't matter. Nothing matters. That's what I'm talking about. There was a study done. I talked about this during like this procrastination workshop. The teacher, he said there was a study done that for people that didn't study for an exam and forgave themselves for it, they performed like 40% better the next time than those who said like, oh, fuck it, I don't care that I didn't study. So it's forgiveness plus a behavior change. And what I've also learned is if my body's in red flag mode, like it just feels like, oh, you know what I mean? I think it's good to reset your nervous system, and it also might feel uncomfortable. Like I did this, I started doing heart coherence meditations. It's about, touching your heart, breathing in for 6, breathing out for 6. And it's uncomfortable because my body wants its go-to to soothe itself is to distract. And I could distract myself for hours. But it's just like how it takes the willingness to, like, okay, I'm going to reach for the healthy snack rather than the junk food. I feel it's the same mechanism. And of course, systems. Making it easier to do those healthy things. Of course, like make it easier for yourself. Like if you want to read a book, have the book on the coffee table. So I wrote down here like rewriting our stories. I talked about this in Healthy Gamer this week, that it feels delusional for me telling the positive story. Like looking at something, be like, yeah, like right now I'm looking for clients, and it's like for my English teaching business, and I'm like, I'm a entrepreneur breaking free from the traditional school method, and I'm gonna find my ideal clients and just work 100% by myself. It feels weird to believe in myself. It feels delusional. I feel the negative story is also as delusional. Like, oh, I'll never find anyone. I'll never. Like, how do I know? Like, which story? Like, and it goes, which story do you think is going to line up the actions that you want to take that will get you to where you want to be? And I see the more I practice it, the easier it gets. And this is why a lot of my videos, I think, will have very similar themes, because this self-love journey is about practice, about repetition, about constant reminders how important it is. Because we look at, what does this delusional negative story give you? How does it serve you? How does it serve me to believe in that vile inner critic voice? How does it serve the world? All it does is make me feel small and shrink. But what makes it difficult, as I said, it feels normal. But just because it feels normal doesn't mean it's healthy. And I made a video about this, but how small actions can move the needle forward. I've had days where I didn't really want to work on my passions, like on Mixed Nuts, my improv group, or my teaching business. But I found that even if I did like one silly action, it was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna even record a draft of a video. That's something. Or I'm gonna make one post on LinkedIn. That's something. Also, asking good questions. I've had days, especially improv practice, I'm like, what would a champion do? Champion or a paladin, my favorite classes in tabletop role-playing games. Like, what would a champion do? I wrote down like, oh, he would be inspiring. He would give an inspiring speech. He'd have a plan. And when I did it, I wrote it down. I actually fulfilled that because I asked a good question. And a lot of us ask negative questions like, oh, what the hell's wrong with me? And if you ask those questions, you're going to find an answer, right? So why don't you ask the good questions? In the Course in Miracles, it talks about like, Holy Spirit, what would you have me do? Asking that and just listening. And what I'm really now working on is gentle correction. It's still a work in progress, but catching myself, like, it's great that I want to be productive. I want to do all these things. But of course, I make mistakes on the way, and I found myself choosing to attack myself. And now I have the awareness to be like, no. I'm going to gently correct the mistakes in perception. How am I looking at myself? And also with my actions. This is what I've been learning, that a mind divided by itself can't move forward. Right? There's this loving part of me and this very vengeful, hateful part of me. And when they're at war at each other, I'm paralyzed. And the Course in Miracles talks about this, the atonement, the oneness, returning to love, to the loving thoughts. And it's a reminder for me that all attack is a call for love. Even if I'm attacking myself, it's actually a call to love myself even more. And for guys that are really struggling when it comes to self-love, there's the AAA formula. Bashar, another spiritual teacher, talks about AAA as in acknowledge what you do have, not what you don't. Appreciate what you have, and allow life to be what it is. And I know that can be hard for most of us, but can you just let it go of the wheel just for a second, just for a few minutes, and allow, and just accept where you are right now as perfect? Because our suffering comes from resistance to what is. Alright, I hope you guys found that video helpful. Please subscribe if you want more healing content like this. May the Holy Spirit light up your path wherever it takes you. Take care.